Good morning. It's Monday, October 20th. I want to thank you for joining us here on Up to the Minute. I'm Daniel Scholl, a financial coach here at HCC. And with me is co-host Nicholas Cox, the department chair for our history department. Nicholas, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Daniel. How was your weekend?
Always too short, but no, kidding aside, it was a great weekend. How about yours?
It's good. It's good. I tend to stay in town every other weekend and go camping every other weekend. So this weekend was a stay-at-home weekend, nice and quiet.
Oh, I'm envious of you getting to go camping every other weekend.
I try. I try. My gear is ready to go on a Friday afternoon in my car at all times. Just hit the road.
That's awesome. Hey, why don't you take a second and tell everyone how they can find us?
Yeah, sure. We're on the Houston City College's district Facebook page, and we're on YouTube. We're on X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, whenever the college is open.
All right, thank you. Today's Mental Health Monday, and Nicholas will be speaking with Jessica Bellant about the importance of speaking out against domestic violence and recognition for Domestic Violence Awareness and Prevention Month. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's unfortunate that we have to discuss this, but I'm thrilled that you're here. It's an important topic, and we're looking forward to hearing more from you about this in about 10 minutes, okay?
Thank you.
All right. But first, we're joined by Marisabel Morales and Andrei Bornstein. They are student lead VR developers of the HCC Virtual Reality Club and who are also leading participants of the student-led projects for this year's annual EnchanTech event. What a great name. Welcome in, Marisabel and Andrei. How are y'all doing?
Thank you. Everything great. We're excited about this new event that is coming soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more about that. Now, from what I understand, EnchanTech is a student-driven innovation showcase held every year. What exactly is that, and what's the purpose of this event?
Enchant is an event that we made in Halloween in the Reality Collab, and this year we are working with our new club. It's the Reality Club, that Andrew actually is the president of. This year, Enchant Experience was developed by Andrei and me. We started by brainstorming ideas on Lucy Chart, that is a tool to brainstorm, just trying to imagine how people would feel inside of the world we wanted to build. Then all the information that we want to have there, because the topic is HCC Cares. And then we move everything into Unity, which is a pretty complex tool actually. But we really enjoy the challenge. The team this year is, HCC Care. So we did a lot of research about it and design characters that represent the ideas that we had: kindness, empathy, and community support. It was really fun to, bring that life into this space.
I love that. Now, Andre, each year that you do this, the event space uh, is never the same, right? It's reimagined, different theme, and we heard about HCC Cares. I also understand that this year is going to be transformation into an Asian-inspired city. What inspired that design, and how are you going to connect that to the message of HCC Cares?
Well, it's an interesting story since I'm kind of new on the project. And before the Reality Collab was, I wasn't at the Reality Collab before, but recently I kind of got engaged with the XR design and development program. And I met the director who kind of helped me and he kind of guided me to work with the team at the Reality Collab to work on this project. And he kind of had an idea of using this pre-made space that then I used for a project for one of his classes. And then we started working on it for EnchanTech. So a lot of things have changed since that time. Uh, First of all, the Reality Collab used to be in a very smaller space. Um, and then it kind of transitioned over to this much larger, bigger space. And then I kind of I started joining the team and working with them and also taking on more responsibilities at the Reality Club. And really, it was just all about trying to experiment with different environments and just use another environment as a jumping off point for creating this new space. And I think it's worked out well. I think this new space is very well made. It was made by somebody else, but we've kind of um,
Adopted it for your own?
adopted it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
wonderful. I was wondering, Andre, I'm going to ask this question to both of y'all, but Andre, I'll start with you. Can you tell us a little bit more about what your role is in the event and what inspired you to become a student leader for the VR project?
well, it's just kind of something that I've been passionate about. Just these all kinds of XR and virtual reality things kind of inspired me to take classes here at HCC, but also once I started doing it, um I kind of just saw that I could use these skills to kind of help outreach and help the club spread a message to more students and kind of get them more engaged in that. And I felt like that was really what got me inspired to do it was that I could show other students how cool this technology was and just use this technology to spread the message of different services that students could have. And that's what this space is doing this year with HCC Cares. We're trying to uh, both immerse students in the space, but also at the same time teach them about some of the HCC Cares services.
Well, that's
And
great to
yeah,
hear. Sorry to cut you off. I was going to say it's great to hear about students inspiring other students. Marisabel, can you share a little bit about what your role is and why you decided to get involved?
Well, actually, you know, as the lab is called, is collab, and we used to work together in team. It's not like anybody, it's not that Andrew or me have more important, or, it's like we try to collab and put all the ideas together and, split what you can do, what I can do. And actually, I think both of us are learning how to use the tool. Of course, we have basic knowledges, but I think this project it helped me a lot to understand more in deep side how Unity could make something real, and I think uh, we work well together. At some point, we, like all the teams, sometimes it's like, okay, I thought that I want to do that or whatever, but at some point we have to make meetings every week, put all the ideas together, split the points that we want to achieve each week, and in that way, I think we make it true. And about the EnchanTech, I want to tell you that it's an immersive experience. Um, and this year, the team is HEC Cares, and so we build a word that represent all this kind of stuff. But the idea is like people get fun during the path and learn also stuff that maybe don't know about HEC, because HEC could support students through food, bills, and health, and so many stuff that maybe anybody knows sometimes, and I think could be very helpful for all the students.
That's great. It is difficult with such a large student body spread out to get the word
Mhm.
out. I love the fact that y'all are helping HCC get the word out to other students about, what we offer. I was curious if one of y'all could tell me how EnchanTech originally started.
Oh, well, and the event in general or this one?
The event in general.
Well, this event started like 3 years ago, actually, and was another coworker. Part of the collab is Patrick. We talking in a meeting, talking in the lab about ideas that could be possible the year. We talk about could be nice to have an event, create something for Halloween. And in that moment, Patrick was the one working with Unity, and he said like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Because somebody have to put the coding part that is the more important. This year is Andrew and me, but in the past was only Patrick. And all of us collaborate with ideas and stuff, but at the end was a really impactful event. So many people came, and also the idea to share the technology with people, because for example, sometimes arrive people to the lab that is the first time trying a VR headset, and it's really cool, like they
Sure.
have people on the school have to know that we have this technology available for our students.
Well,
And
I
that was the first idea, like showcase that.
I think that's a great idea. I think you're right. A lot of students, this is cutting edge technology, and a lot of students, this might be their first introduction. And I just want to thank you both for coming in today and sharing this cutting edge technology and exciting thing that y'all are doing. Um, we're going to have your information in our post after the show. But up next, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Nicholas will talk with Jessica Bellant, the Education and Prevention Director for the Bridge Over Troubled Waters Service Organization that strives to support safety and prevention against domestic violence and sexual violence. Marisabel Morales, Andrei Bornstein, thank you all so much.
Why wait on your dream job? At Houston Community College, tuition is only $33 per credit hour. With flexible schedules, over 100 programs, and campuses across Houston, HCC makes it easy and affordable. Your future for less. Houston Community College. Move your future forward.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
Dear Santa, my mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate today.
All right, we are moving back over to talk to Jessica Bellant, our Mental Health Monday guest. Jessica, welcome back to the show. It's great to see you again.
Thank you, Nick. It's good to be here.
So today we're going to talk about domestic violence, and it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Can you give our audience out there a contemporary definition of domestic violence? I know that for many of us, this term has kind of sort of been a little bit fluid for the past couple of decades.
Yeah, so to put it simply, domestic violence is a pattern of abusive behaviors in which one individual uses over another in order to gain and maintain power and control. So this is in our intimate partner relationships, dating, marriages, situationships that some people might be going through. And many people think of physical violence first. And unfortunately, physical violence can, of course, be a part of domestic violence. But domestic violence can also be situations where there's not physical harm happening, but emotional, verbal, financial, spiritual abuse, and so forth.
No, it's really good to hear that, because I think a lot of people have sort of notions that it's domestic, meaning in the house, or perhaps they hear the term interpersonal violence and aren't quite sure if that means spouses, people who are dating, parents and children, right? And your point that it's not just physical violence, but trauma imposed that can be verbal or, emotional. So what does Domestic Violence Awareness Month do in order to raise consciousness? And how does honoring Domestic Violence Awareness Month change the way we address these concerns?
Yeah, so our goal with Domestic Violence Awareness Month is to bring more awareness to hopefully release the stigma. There is a lot of stigma surrounding domestic violence. Unfortunately, so many of us experience this form of harm. If we ourselves are not survivors, I always tell people we often know and love somebody who is. Statistically, we know 1 in 3 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime, and 1 in 4 men as well will experience domestic violence. And so Domestic Violence Awareness Month is our time to equip ourselves with education, knowledge, so that we can help prevent this form of violence in the future and also support the ones we love in our lives who have experienced it. It's really, if we help to release the stigma, if we hold more conversations about it, it is less likely to happen in the future.
When you share statistics like that, and I know that from year to year, decade to decade, those numbers start to move a little bit, and I certainly think that talking about domestic violence and having an awareness month like this can help individuals who are struggling in these situations. But do we have a sense of how things have been changing overall? Are things getting better? Are they fairly static? Are they getting worse?
I wouldn't say they're getting worse, no. So our numbers, we have to be careful with statistics because it relies on people coming forward and being honest about a very stigmatized form of harm. I would not, this year, so Texas Council on Family Violence does an Honoring Texas Victims report. We did see this year, it was just released in October for our 2024 statistics. We did see a significant decrease in homicides of domestic violence. But also, once again, that data relies on all our counties in Texas, all the law enforcement agencies deeming them as domestic violence homicides versus simply homicide. So there is some wiggle room in the truth of that totality of numbers. But I would say we're not seeing a significant decrease across the board. I've been in this movement 15 years. I'd like to see much more of a decrease. I think there's more awareness. I think more people are talking, and that is positive. And so I would love to keep on this trend of let's talk about for young people, what are healthy relationships? Helping people understand what are the warning signs of domestic violence so we can support the ones we care about and call things in. That is getting better, I think.
No, that's great to hear. And I definitely agree we need to take statistics very carefully, because if we do have any success in destigmatizing being a victim, then you might see, for example, reporting go up, right? And it
Yes.
may not reflect an increase in incidences as much as reporting. But we also want to have some hope and faith that these awareness months and efforts that we're taking are making a positive impact too. What are things you communicate to the friends and family of domestic violence survivors? What can supporting friends and family members know and do to make things better for anyone in this situation?
Yeah, so first, keep a strong relationship, which can be difficult when we know someone's in an abusive relationship, because often that harm doer wants to isolate that survivor from their friends and family. That harm doer wants to have all the attention, wants to be the only person in their life. So would say no matter how difficult it is, try to stay by that survivor's side. Keep that relationship strong. Because when this person is ready to leave this relationship, like many survivors are eventually, you want to be there and ready for them. It'll make them that much easier to leave if family and friends are still there. And please, family and friends, know it is very difficult to leave abusive relationships. People who cause this harm are very convincing to have them return or that this harm will not continue in the future. There is love in these relationships. So hold on to as much empathy as you can. Try not to talk poorly about that harm doer. Instead, note the behaviors, note the changes. I haven't seen you around as much. You don't seem to be the same. Is everything okay? I'm here for you if you ever need me.
No, that's great. Just advice in general so that people can continue to be that kind of life preserver for people that's there when they need it. What about survivors? What do you do to give survivors a sense of how to, move forward and live their lives after domestic violence?
Yeah, so I mean, we could talk about this all day, right? But just to keep it brief and quick, First, they need to know it's not their fault. Shame, depression thrives with shame, right? And so knowing what has happened, you didn't do anything to cause it. There are healing resources available. There's many domestic violence organizations like my own across Houston where counseling and support groups are free. And also offered virtually. So, reach out, find out what is your nearest domestic violence or sexual assault agency. I didn't know agencies like mine existed when I was in college, but please know they're all over the state. Also know you're not alone. Unfortunately, so many people experience this, and there are people out there who have healed and are healing and would love to be on this journey with you.
Now, as a community college and now city college, with our students, staff, and faculty interacting on campuses, what kind of rights or policies support students on campus?
Yeah, so Title IX is every student and faculty members and staff at university colleges right to a campus without violence. So there is a Title IX office. I've met the HHSC Title IX coordinator. He's a wonderful individual. And going to him, he'll help to make sure that you don't have to be in spaces with your harm doer. So if you go and report to the Title IX office that you're experiencing domestic violence, stalking, sexual harm, they're going to help maybe give you some accommodations so that you don't have to be in spaces with them. Maybe help support letting your faculty member know, hey, they need a little bit of an extension on this exam or this paper because they've been in the hospital or had to make police reports or, this sort of thing. They're going through domestic violence and they need some extra time in order to complete their academic work and pass these courses. And so please look into your Title IX office. They can help you access some safety on campus.
No, that's really, really important for our students to hear. Thank you. And as this month unfolds, what are some ways that individuals can honor Domestic Violence Awareness Month? What are things that people can do in their day-to-day life to keep this month in mind?
Yeah, definitely. So there's lots of different Domestic Violence Awareness Month events happenings across different campuses, across different organizations and part of the city. Check those out. The Bridge is holding a couple this coming week, actually. So if you're interested, you can join those events. I know the flyers are going to be on the screen. And then also, if you want to volunteer, we always need more volunteers. If you want to donate in some small way or encourage people that you know who want to donate or give back to charity, like I said, there's so many of our organizations around Houston that could greatly benefit from increased funds so we can offer more of our services to survivors in our communities.
Well, thank you again, Jessica. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you here on our Mental Health Monday. We're going to have information about Bridge Over Troubled Water and upcoming events related to Domestic Violence Awareness Month in our notes after the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
All right, coming up after a quick commercial break, Daniel and I will return with some news and announcements.
¿Por qué esperar para el trabajo de tus sueños? En Houston Community College, la colegiatura es de solo $33 por hora de crédito. Con horarios flexibles y campus en todo Houston, inscribirse en HCC es fácil y accesible. Houston Community College.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. We think the tooth fairy should travel everywhere, and while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
All right, welcome back. We are going to go over, we've always got lots of exciting things going on here at HCC, and we're going to go over a few of these for you. First up, I want to talk to you about a really neat thing that I think is very timely: writing and AI, the next steps. The English department will be presenting this workshop for faculty in several social science disciplines. RSVP soon as space is limited. This is going to be taking place on October 24th from 9 a.m. to 12:30 at the Alief Hayes campus. For more information, please check out our post after the show.
Also, later in October, there will be a workshop called Misinformation, Disinformation, and Voting. How do I fact check and spot check fake news? This will be led by Public Services Librarian Sean Anderson and Honors College Central Campus Director Nicholas Rangel. They're going to present valuable discussion to help you become a more informed citizen. It's going to be on Thursday, October 30th at 12:30 p.m. It is online, and it's part of the Center for Civic Engagements events here on campus. You can email Professor Rosalind Crane-Tinnen at rosalind.crane@hcc.edu for more information.
Can't think anything more important to engage in our civic duties right now. Another exciting thing is coming up. A lot of you may be ready to graduate, and deadline for apply for graduation is coming up. If you are graduating this semester and want to walk on stage on December 10th, you need to apply for graduation by November 3rd and register for commencement by November 14th. Sorry. Visit hccs.edu/grad checklist for all the details.
And there will be a virtual reality for empathy workshop coming in November. This is going to be run by the Reality Collab and the Center for Healing Racism. They're partnering for a film and virtual reality event that invites participants to experience immersive VR simulations that explore social issues, lived experience, and diverse perspectives through storytelling. This is going to be at the HCC Central Campus, November 15th, 9 a.m. to noon. For more information, check our post after the show.
I can't believe it's already here, but spring 2026 registration is already open. HCC offers a variety of semester lengths and start dates in several modalities, including in-person, online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, and hybrid lab. Register early to get your preferred class and times. To learn more about our HCC program, start dates, and options to cover costs, visit hccs.edu/apply. Coming up for Tasty Tuesday, we're serving up an original story of a Latino business owner who went viral on TikTok, all thanks to his passion for tacos and deep cultural roots, as well as a media consult company owner who transforms the media and television Houston scene. For everyone here at HCC TV, I want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Dear humans, this is an adoption campaign, but it's not for me, or Mr. Buttons, or Frank over there. It's for you, humans. This is a call to humans to adopt our movement, to adopt our cause.
This isn't just about saving one of us.
It's about saving all of us.
Thousands of lives, every single day.
It's about support for every one of us four, and sometimes not four-legged best friends waiting to meet a best friend of our own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge.
Shelter by shelter. City by city.
We can save thousands of pets each day.
Join us.
Together we can save them all.